Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. My name is Carrie, and I'm a full-time Elliott Wave trader in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be a quick update on Bitcoin. Not a lot has changed since my last video, so there's not really a lot to say. But I'm going to go over something that I went over pretty while back, and maybe some of you have seen it, maybe you haven't, but if you have seen it, bear with me. This is for the ones who haven't. So what I've done here is I've pulled a fib extension on these bear markets. And when you pull a fib extension from the high to the low, as you can see here, the correction that we had right before the blow off top hit a perfect 1.618, which is very perfect for a third wave. We had the blow off top, which hit the 2.236, which is perfect for a fifth wave. Then when I pull the fib extension again on the next bear market, the correction right before the blow off top hit the 1.618. The blow off top hit the 2.236. Perfect again. So now I pulled a fib extension on this bear market. Where are we sitting? Right at the 1.618. So I have to assume, if history is going to repeat itself, that we would get a push up to the 2.236 like we've done in the past. If we do, that is sitting right at 193 if I've pulled this to the tick. But one thing I did do out of curiosity is I pulled a fib extension on this part. And what do you know? The correction right before the top hit a 1.618, and we're sitting right at the 2.236, which is interesting. Now, we all want to say that this is a wave 1, and this is a 2, a 3, we're sitting in 4, and we're going to get a 5. And I'm leaning that way also until I get proved wrong. But nobody knows for sure. If they say they do, then come on. We don't have a crystal ball. I don't have one. If I did, I sure would be a millionaire right now. And who's to say that this whole thing here was a bear market? We can't really say one way or the other. So, but for now, I am going to go with the fib pull for this part and assume that we're getting another push up and we could have a good chance of making it that high until it proves me wrong. But let me know in the comments what you think. I'd be interested to know what you think about that. Also, quickly, I have a scammer that's taken my logo. I know I've said this before, but this person, whoever's doing it, seems to like to want to be rude and is giving out a WhatsApp number. I will never do that, guys. No matter what comment is said, I will never be rude, and I'll never give out a WhatsApp number, okay? All right. Weekly candles, so far it's looking good. The only thing that could happen is that we would have to push down to like 55,000, which I don't see that happening in the next couple of hours here, 3 hours. We'd really have to tank, and that would be, you know, an inverted hammer, but I don't think that's going to happen. So weekly candle to me looks like it's going to close bullish. On the weekly time frame, looking at the RSI here, we need to get out of this red zone. we need to push up above it, like we did back here in this bull run. All these nice pushes above it. That's what we need to do to get back on track and to get ourselves up and over the all-time high and on our way. We need to get above it. Let's see. We do have some bearish divergence, but we've had it for a little while here. This is kind of almost straight across, and this is going downwards. So it is something to pay attention to. Okay. Okay. Moving down to the daily. So we do have a few counts left that are available to us. And we're going to go over those first, and then we're going to go over the bull scenario. And like I said, not a lot has changed since last week. So what we have available is that we've made an A, a B, and a C here, a zigzag. And it's possible that we can stop at this 1-to-1. If that happens, then we still have the option on the table that we can make a zigzag here. And a zigzag is a 5-3-5 correction where we start with 5 and then we end with 5. So what it would mean is that we're going to get 5 over here. Does it mean that we have to break the A wave? Not necessarily. We can truncate, but if this happens, most likely we will come down and break it. But I do not think we will ever break this bottom resistance. Or I'm not leaning that way. Let's put it that way. If we break the all-time high, this count, invalid. The minute we tick over the top, invalid. You can wipe that one right off the table. So what will we have left? If we break the all-time high, triangle is off the table. So the only thing we would have left at that point that could possibly give us a correction is what we call a running flat and an expanded flat. What it means is that we have created a three-wave move ABC that breaks the high by 5% to 132%. Hitting the 1.618 is an invalidation for it. So it does have a lot of range in here. Okay, it does have a lot of range. And what it means is that we had a three-wave move over here. And whether you want to say that it was a running or an expanded flat to start with, or it was simply an ABC like this, it doesn't really matter. It would assume that this was a three-wave move. This is a three-wave move up. And what we're creating would be an A. This B would hit the expanded B pocket. And we would come down for a C that could make a running flat where it does not break the A, which the A is right here at this bottom, or it makes what we call expanding flat that breaks the A. Do I think that we would ever break this bottom resistance? Probably not. Our most likely scenario is we'd make the running flat. I would be leaning more that way if this even plays out. But we have to keep it on the table until it invalidates. Because it would be just like something like this happening. Because, let's think about it here. The people that missed out, say they bought, down there at $10,000 and they didn't sell up here. They held through this correction and now we've broken it and now we're higher and now we're up in here in the $68,000, $70,000 mark. To be brutally honest, I don't know if I would be able to resist to take my profits if I had missed this. So there is going to be sellers here. There is going to be sellers. So keep that in mind. Okay? That this correction could happen. All right. But those would be the only two we would have left. All right, so let's talk about bull. So bull is assuming we got the ABC like this, and it ended our fourth wave. Now there's a couple ways, two ways actually, that we can look at this. The first one is that we did 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is making 5. We will come down for a correction, and what this will turn into is a wave 1, 2, and then we will blast up for that big wave 3, 4, 5 on up there. This correction does not have to be that deep. It can certainly 100% find support on this support. This is one count. The other count is assuming that it was like this. Okay, that this was the first wave 1, that this was a 2, and that we're already in our 3. And what this inner wave is the wave 1 that could be done or it could not be. That we're going to come down for a 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, it's a 1, 2, 1, 2. Invalidation for the 1, 2, 1, 2. We cannot break this low right here. The bottom right here at 39,500. For this 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? If it's like this, then invalidation is this low right here, sitting at 28,600. So that means that we can have a bigger correction for a wave 2. This would all be 1, 2, like this. And then we'd go for 3, 4, 5 on up. Okay. Which way am I leaning? You know, to be honest, it's really, really hard to tell which one it is. It's hard to tell. So I'm just going to pay attention to which one is the invalidation. Apologize. Every time I go to record, these dogs have to bark their heads off. All right, let's look at the daily RSI. We do have some bearish divergence right here and right here. And you could argue that we have it from back here also. You could argue that if you wanted to. But it's definitely here. Okay, something to watch out for. Let's go down on the lower time frame and see if we can see any clue of what is happening right now. Second apology. I'm going to kill these dogs today. All right. Let's see. I haven't looked at this today, guys. I've been so busy trying to get this Discord open, which it's so close to being open here. Nah, I don't think it's a diagonal. Let's see. So right now, what we need to do, if we want to push up to the upside again, we don't want to break this fourth wave territory. Whoops. Okay. We want to come down in a correction and not break this territory. If we do that, we have a chance of pushing up again for another wave to the upside. Breaking this fourth wave territory is gonna be, to me, that this wave is over. Okay. Also, breaking this trend line is a biggie. Okay. But right now, as it stands, looking at it, it looks like it's coming down correctively. We've already got bullish divergence on the 4-hour here. And the 1 hour is resetting itself with bullish divergence. So this looks like an ABC to me. Okay. If it can hold this trend line right here, that would be really good. And we don't want to break this white line. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. The only other thing it could be, now that I'm looking at it, is it could be a 1-2-1-2. That could be what it is if it starts to tank. Where we had 1-2, 1-2, and then this is going to start a third. Okay? So basically 1, 2, all this starts its third down, 4, 5, if it gets ugly here. Okay? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their evening. And I'll see you on the next one.